or
I'm your
interruptions.
host. Yeah, right. I'm your host, Glick. You got Jeff over there, the other voice, Freddie Mercury
Yep.
Jr. over there.
My wife laughed so hard about that. She's like, "You guys are mean." I said, "Shit, you sure heard what they were saying about Chris."
Yeah, right. If you guys aren't already, feel free to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all under Nonsensical Nonsense. And most importantly, follow us on anchor.com. That's where you'll get every new episode every week. But
Yep.
yeah, that's just how we roll, man. We just fuck with each other. We just
Yeah, that's
constantly
that's
bust
that's the
balls.
beauty of friendship. If
Hmm.
your friends don't pick on you, they're not real friends.
That's my thought exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if your friends don't bust your balls, who will? Friends keep you on a level playing ground, or else your head gets too high. That's what's the problem with millennials today. Their heads are too high up in the clouds, and they think they don't have enough friends to bust their balls and call them out on their shit.
It's the Thunderdome, man. It's that
I just
Thunderdome
figured that out.
mentality that
I
that
just
we
figured
grew
that
up
shit
in.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
any little weakness or insecurity you have,
got
they
beaten
don't do
out of
it.
you,
Yeah, they don't do it to
verbally
be
and
mean.
physically.
Yeah, it's not done to be mean or hateful or anything like that. It's just that's how you grow up, man. You learn to be
Yeah,
tough, and if you can't survive, well, the weakest link's always weeded out pretty fast.
amen to
Only the
that. Yep.
strong shall survive.
Yeah.
This
No, it's
is
that's. I think I just figured out what's the problem with millennials. They don't have enough friends busting their balls
exactly.
because they, they
Well,
they have so many anti quote unquote anti bullying laws now. It's ridiculous. Like that's not bullying. Bullying, shit. You want to say bullying? Go back to 1994.
yeah,
Get stuffed in a
bullying.
locker or two, then we'll talk.
There's so many things that are considered bullies or bullying now. It's like what? Come on now, you guys are better than that.
Exactly.
If your friend's fat, he's fat. If he's short, he's short. You
Yeah,
know,
and they
if he's
know
fat
it.
and
They
short,
know
well,
it.
then he's fucked. Yeah,
Well, nowadays you can be fat, short, and bald and still get somebody with
well, a little bit
Tinder
of
and
money in your
everything
pocket.
else. Yeah, amen to that.
Oh man, this is actually like the first time I've kind of sat down and relaxed today. It's been a hectic day, man. I got
Oh,
up and
you and me
started
both.
running as soon as I got up. I go to the gym and came home, chased the kids around, had to go help my parents move some furniture.
Oof.
Then I had to go to the store, birthday shopping. 16-year-old's going to be birthday's Wednesday. Well, she'll be 16 Wednesday, so birthday
Oh.
shopping out of the way.
Have you
Yeah,
had to deal with the boyfriend issue yet?
yeah, she's got a boyfriend. They've been
Oh, okay.
together for I don't know, man. 6, 7 months. He's a good kid. He's a little
Oh,
bit
okay.
older than her, but he's a good kid, and he knows
I
better.
I
He
uh
knows I'll
I
kill
have
her.
the perfect solution the first time a boy comes to my house on how to show him that I'm in charge. I'm gonna hand him a bullet. Like, see this? At 10 o'clock, his friends move a fuckload faster.
Yeah. I never wanted to be that dad. I didn't want to be that guy because I never had a dad do that to me. Um,
I've had a couple dads do that to me, but
yeah,
I was kind of a weird kid anyways, so
I don't
rightfully
want to be
so they
that
did
guy.
it.
I just make it very clear that you know don't be a jackass. I did tell him I was like anything you plan on doing to her or that you do to her, I'm going to do to you. So think about
Yep.
that. But no, he's a good kid, so
Of
I
course,
don't
there is
worry too much.
the old Clueless that was uh Alicia Silverstone Clueless remark. Listen, kid, I got a 45 and a shovel.
Yeah,
Not very many people are gonna miss you.
exactly. Well, and the fact I have size on my side, so you
Yeah, you're a
know
big guy.
I'm big enough, and I guess I'm intimidating. I don't find myself intimidating at all, but some people do. Other people they just call me a big old teddy bear, which they're not wrong. I mean, I am to a degree, but I can
Yeah,
also
your bark is worse than your bite. Mine as
yeah
well. My
I
bark is
can
way worse than my bite.
yeah I can flip the script
Oh
and go
no.
from teddy bear to grizzly bear in a
Oh
hurry.
oh. Well, I think anybody can really, but 90% of what we show people is our teddy bear side, and that's how we get underestimated. And there's nothing
Yeah,
funnier
yeah,
than
yeah.
when people realize that. maybe I fucked with the wrong person. That
Oopsies.
cracks me up to no end when somebody goes,
Yeah.
"Wow, I fucked up."
Well, we did have an incident with Hickey's with the boyfriend. I had to have a conversation with him.
Oh,
It was a good conversation. I was just like, "Hey, man, that's
that's not cool.
you guys are at that age. I'm not going to tell you what
Not
to
to,
do and
but
what not to do, but that's disrespectful." I said, "You'll have a little respect, not only for her but for yourself, because
however,
everybody's going to see that."
on the other hand, I did have a girl's dad palm me a condom and wish me a happy birthday once. And I didn't know whether it would be flattered or be weirded out. I was just
That's
like,
kind of weird.
okay.
It's like, hey, hope you have
He's
a.
like, your birthday's this week, right? I'm like, yeah. Why? He's like, shake my hand. And I was like, okay. I told the girls, we need to
Basically,
go.
basically what he did was like, hey, I know my daughter's a whore, so make sure, make sure
He's
you
like,
wrap it
look,
up.
as long as you don't have kids, I don't care. I've
Yeah,
heard the stories.
I
But
don't.
yeah,
She's been with some real strange guys, so no kids and protect yourself, buddy.
yeah, I just, as long as my daughter doesn't bring home a guy like me, be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. She's had a couple boyfriends that were like, I don't think I
I
like you too well, buddy.
Yeah, I want my daughter to date a guy that showers me with gifts.
That would be nice. Yeah, get you a
Right?
rich boyfriend. You know,
Get
one
you a rich boyfriend
that.
that'll buy dad a new truck. Just be
uh,
like, I really like your daughter, sir. Here. I'm like, yeah,
I
all
should.
right.
I'd be happy with
I'm
new
still gonna
guns.
watch it. Or fucking new tools. Dude shows up. Here's a brand new hammer, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you. I might use
Start
this to beat you with, but okay.
when you get older, date a guy who owns a tattoo shop, so dad can get all his tattoos for
Fuck
free.
yeah. That's the
That's,
guy I want her to marry.
yeah,
Fuck yeah. So I can be like, hey, Bob, it's that time of the month. I need
man,
a tattoo.
my arm is looking real naked. You know what would fix
Yeah.
that? Exactly. Yeah, it is a
That's my
strange
next
world, man.
goal. I want to get. I'm apparently covered in memorial tattoos. Uh, that's my plan anyway. So like, my grandmother died a couple years ago, and she loved cardinals. And I found this badass cardinal. You know, cardinal's kind of a girly bird, but I found this badass one that's got his wings up and everything. I'm gonna get it on my forearm.
This cardinal's got razors for wings, and he's shooting them, and he's
No,
breathing fire out.
it actually looks like he's. I'll send you the picture. I'll post it on the Facebook page, but it actually looks really cool
Yeah,
for a girly kind of bird, and you know the fact that it is a Fredericktown bird. I'm not happy about that, but you know it was grandma's
Fredericktown
favorite bird.
Fridays.
Yeah, and then my mom's real into lighthouses. Like I don't know what it is. My mom's got this real weird real weird thing for lighthouses. I found this really cool lighthouse I want to get on my leg. And then for my dad, I'm getting a. My dad loves the 1955 Chevy Bel Air, and
Nice.
I want to get the on the back of the Bel Air. Says Bel Air in 3D chrome. So it's pop metal, but it's chromed. And I found a design that's it actually says Bel Air, and it looks 3D. And I want to get that tattooed on my other forearm because you know my dad and I
Nice.
are huge into cars. So
Yeah, I'd like to get something for my kids. I don't know what I want to get for my
I
kids.
have my
And I
daughter's
don't.
name, my oldest daughter's name.
Yeah, I don't want to go like the. I guess I'll be nice and say traditional, just like, oh, this is my kid's name on my arm. This is my other kid's name on my other arm. Oh, this is my
Right.
other kid's name on the others. Like, I want to do a tattoo for the four of them, and incorporate
That
whether it be their
incorporates all four in
birthstones.
one.
Yeah, birthstones or
Dude,
names or
I just
dates or
figured
something.
it out. I know exactly what you should do. You got 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Get Thanos' glove
Oh, that
with
would be
their birthstones. With
badass.
their birthstones. And your
I guess
birthstone in the center. Boom.
I get that like tattooed on my hand and
Hell yes.
do the 6 stones, my birthstone,
Hell
like
yeah.
my girl's birthstone, and then the 4 kids' birthstone.
Boom.
That would be actually pretty badass.
That's kind of cool.
Probably do
that.
like on.
Then you
That'd
could
be
be
pretty
like,
cool. Like
I am Iron Man.
that would be pretty
You
cool.
mentioned birthstones, and I was like,
Yeah.
4 kids, girlfriend, him.
Boom.
Boom.
I actually already have a Thanos glove.
I want one.
I got.
There's a
It's
guy
my
on
Christmas.
TikTok. Oh, go ahead.
It's my. I don't have an angel for my Christmas tree. I have the Infinity Gauntlet.
I use a Darth Vader.
Yeah, I had actually ordered it accidentally off of Wish. Oh man, I'm such a dumbass. Look, listen. This is how.
Wish is a dangerous app.
This is how I guess illiterate to technology that I am in real life. This is why I struggle with everything I do for this podcast and whatnot. So,
which is why it takes all day just
Yeah.
to upload one episode.
it takes me 3 days. But we've
We
already
recorded Wednesday. Episode 4 is just going up.
So, I don't know, about 2 years ago, Facebook throws up those ads and everything. Well, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
this. Well, when they do like Wish, they only give you a part of the picture, and it's like, well, what the hell is that thing? So you click on it, and the only way you can see it is if you, I don't know, subscribe or become a member of Wish or whatever the
Right.
fuck you want to call it. So I did all that, and then I get on Wish, and I'm adding shit to my cart. I'm like, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool.
Like,
You know,
oh, this is
thinking
only $3.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's free with shipping. Oh, da da da. Thinking that, oh, I'll just go back through and I'll delete this stuff or I'll delete some stuff that I really don't want. So I was doing that and I accidentally hit the buy button, I guess, or the swipe button. I don't know. Dude, I bought $400 worth of shit off of Wish.
Nice.
And I would say pretty good odds. Like 50% of it was actually pretty cool. But one of the things I got, and I hate standing up to do this, but one of the things I got was this Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, this I gotta
And
see.
I thought it was going to be really freaking lame and really dumb as stuff started coming in from Wish, and I started to realize
Well, not only that, you forget you ordered shit, and then 3 months later it shows up, and you're like,
Dude,
I ordered this? Awesome.
For like a month and a half straight, I was getting stuff from Wish. That was how much shit I ordered. So I got this
come home,
Infinity
there's another
Gauntlet.
package.
Yeah,
Let me see that.
and
Oh, that's cool.
I gotta get a new battery for it because, as I said, it is my Christmas tree topper. But all the stones are LED, and it's a real heavy material, like plastic. Now, I don't ever wear it, so it's not broken in. But if I wore it and actually played with it, it would be broken into where,
That's awesome.
But I was like, this is pretty fucking cool for being from Wish. But then,
well, Wish has got some decent stuff on there. If you get lucky, I wouldn't buy computer parts or anything.
No, so I got a
or
bunch
laptops
of just random. Yeah, I got random
get
stuff
keychains
like
and shit like that.
Yeah, like toys for kids, some jewelry. I got this really cool LED watch that I thought was going to be complete ass. Which, for anybody listening to this right now, we're doing a show and tell on a radio show
of stupid. Yeah.
But
we're not too bright.
Yeah, so it lights up.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. So, but anyways, that'll conclude show and tell for Wish show and tell. Now, if you would like to see what we're talking about and you're listening to this, make sure you follow us on Facebook and Haps. And when we go live for these recordings, the show and tells will make more sense to you, I guess.
Yeah. Or you can actually follow my YouTube channel, KTKM Productions. It's on there too.
If I ever got around to making a YouTube channel for this, then we could put them there. But I'm already running 6 different social medias and
exactly
doing all the editing and audio and
well,
I'm not a smart enough guy.
our podcast, I don't think would ever get monetized on YouTube because we curse way too much.
I think you can curse on YouTube as long as you just don't show any peckers and whatnot. But
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'm
well,
not. I'm not worried about
I'm not worried
monetization
about
right now.
monetizing now.
I don't even know if that's a real
Uh,
word, but if it's not, then it's a glickism. So
well,
we'll
it
add that
is.
to the glick
It is.
dictionary.
It is a real word, but it's that's not why we do this. We do this because I explain the why I do YouTube videos the same way I explain why we do the podcast, and it's super simple. I'm gonna build something always. I have a phone. Might as well turn on the camera. Same way with you and I, we talk all the time.
All the time. I think I talk to you more than either as much as I talk to my girlfriend, or it's getting dangerously close
It's like
to being that
close.
I talk to you more than I talk to her.
But the fact is, since we talk so much, why not just let everybody hear what we're saying? It's not like we're talking shit about people. Although
Right.
I do have a story about shit that happened to me the other day.
Yeah, I mean, we think what we talk about is interesting. Maybe somebody else will think what we talk
Exactly.
about
Well, it's
might
like
be mildly entertaining.
I took this new job, and as part of this job, I have to go into the hotels, and I went into this hotel. It's called the Ibero Star, and I do not work for Ibero Star. I work for another company.
Hmm.
And I went in, and I got my mask on and everything. And the lady says, "Oh, you can't come in without a beard, with your beard on." And I was like, "Right, okay, but how did you get in? Because you have a mustache." And then I turned around and left. And
Well,
she looked at me like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that." I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I don't work for the fucking hotel and you won't let me in." So I don't think I'm allowed back there, but I don't care because that hotel sucks.
I mean, I guess there's trying to go back. There's only one way to find out. It's funny how it's funny how they don't.
Except for the hat.
Not that,
What
not
does
that,
your
not
hat
that
say?
all,
You wearing a
not that
Browns
all
hat
women.
again?
Yeah, I'm wearing a Browns hat. It's one of the support the troops hat.
Oh, okay,
My bonus son got it for me for my birthday last year. Oh.
nice.
But
My wife hates when I wear a hat, so I only have two, and I very rarely wear them.
dude, I have
I used to collect hats. I used to love wearing a hat,
I have
but my
easily
wife hates it.
yeah I easily probably have excuse me, I probably easily have 50 or 60 hats in my house right now,
You
and I
know
keep
what?
buying more because my girlfriend
You,
she works for this retail store she works for. They
oh well,
have
there you go.
an awesome line of clothes for men. Um, so I love everything they have, but they always come out with new hats. And every time they do, I'm like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. She's
You
like,
know
you can
what?
have two. I'm like, all right, I want that one and that
You know what
one.
hat? You know what hat I used to have that I wish I could get another one. I had this really badass Justin Boots hat, and
Nice.
I have no fucking clue where it is. I want a new one. Unfortunately, I cannot buy them down here. I have to order it
Yeah,
online or something.
they have their own clothing line called Hawks. It's a workwear. Right here it goes.
Uh-oh.
But
Technical
it's
difficulty.
it's all work where it's like um so yep, here it
Yeah.
goes.
19 minutes in, we're already having difficulties.
Now,
I don't know what happened there.
hey, we're back
Yeah, there
up.
we go.
But I'm not really the biggest fan of this app, but
It
if all else fails, we'll definitely finish up on Facebook, and I can share it to the Nonsensical Nonsense page. But
yeah.
anyways, they have it's called Hawk HAWX, and I freaking love all their hats and shirts and stuff like that. So I've
Put it in
gotten a
the
couple of
comments.
their
How do you
hats, and
spell
then
it?
I've got a couple. Great, except for the hat. I don't know who
Oh
said
no,
that.
no.
That's from
Put the
Facebook,
name.
and I don't know where it came
Yeah, that's
from.
Facebook. What's the name of the company? Hops?
It's Hawks.
Oh, okay. Oh,
H
hops.
A
Like my
W
last name.
X.
Yeah.
Like your last name,
Yeah, but with an
just an
X.
X instead of a K.
There's a
There it
company
is.
there's a company
Yeah.
in the UK it's French connection of the United Kingdom, and it spells and when they literally just put their initials, and it spells fuck.
What the hell? Well, that can't. I people used to run around with the Cox hats on all the time for South Carolina
Oh yeah,
Gamecocks. So I
yeah,
remember when that was a thing when we was in high school. Oh, like, you jackasses!
yeah. Well,
But
I used to. They make an amazing set of clothing.
yeah,
But I used to walk around with my fuck shirt on. People used to
that's
be like,
that's like
"What the hell?"
their clothing line that they have. What in the fuck?
Yeah,
Uh,
it
yeah,
said
they got
I
Hawks, and then
don't
they've
give
got
a,
Cody
and then it
James
had the logo.
for their clothing lines.
Uh,
Nice,
yeah,
that's awesome.
they played with their name so that they could put, they made it almost a parody of itself, and I was like, that's genius.
Oh, excuse
Oh
me.
my goodness. So you have some news for us, correct, sir? Some Florida
Oh,
news.
I don't think we bullshitted enough for about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
We can go. I don't necessarily know if these are Florida news. I just
they're
like I
just
said,
duh
I
news.
really
Welcome
I
to
really like
duh
this AP news.
news.
Yeah, welcome to Duh News. Need some like music or something to plug in there.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out eventually. Trust me. This,
Well, you got
I
the
was telling you
laptop
about
there.
this.
You should have tones ready to where you hit a button.
Well, you got to have a mixing board and all that stuff. And look, one
Yeah,
step at
fuck
a
all
time.
that
All right.
noise. Fuck all that
I'm
noise.
not. I'll get to that point. I'm gonna play around. Like I was saying, I got that app for editing and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
there's so much you can do with it. And I think what I want to do to learn it more is to do like a 4 or 5 minute recording of just whatever. I can just talk
Yeah.
about fucking
Shoot the shit for 5 minutes and then edit
trees,
it.
and then just to play around this with this app, all the different tools and stuff that it has to see how it works and whatnot. But I can plug and add and all kinds of fun jazz with it. Um, but yeah, anyways, we definitely kind of shot the shit for a few minutes. Got a couple articles here that since we started doing this, I find myself looking at these news pages more and
Right.
more. And the AP News has become my favorite because it's got normal news stories and everything like that. But they got this whole other subsection called oddities.
Okay.
And essentially, basically, what that is just strange news, goofy news stories. Gets us away from all the bullshit, the
Right.
political nonsense, the riots, and everything
Hey,
like
how
that.
come I'm not on the video?
So I don't know. We can still hear your voice.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about it, but it's just showing you. My wife just sent me a message. You're not showing you.
You know what? It's not.
Yeah, I just know that. That's weird.
Can she hear you?
Yeah, I don't know. Give it a delay a minute. Can anybody hear me that's on Facebook or YouTube? I don't know what my wife's on. I don't want to type because if I go off the haps for too long, it like kicks me off.
Hey, there we go. Now you're there. I
All
fingered
right,
her out.
cool. All
I
right,
figured
there
her
you go.
out.
Perfect. Hey, everybody.
There's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, to get that joke,
Yes.
watch listen to episode 4.
That was recorded Wednesday and posted today.
It's up live now on, on all of our social media.
I'm going to need you to learn some Queen songs. We're going to do a Jeff
I'm gonna
sings.
do a
We're
sing
going to do
along.
we're going to do a Jeff sings
We are
Queen.
the champions, my friends. I want to see that movie,
That
the
movie's
Queen
like 2
movie.
years old. How have you not seen it
I
yet?
know. I watch a lot of shit. I'm still catching up. The thing is,
I haven't seen it, but
I watch a lot of shows.
yeah,
Movies are the problem I have with the movie is if I get into a character, then the movie's over. I'm like, fuck. But a show like I'm still watching Walking Dead,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what's gonna happen to this guy?
You really do
And
live in the past down there. Like
yeah,
you are
but
like you're like 5 years
no,
behind the rest of the world, aren't you?
no, I am personally, but everybody else is normal because like I wait until everything's as up to date as possible, like at least 4 seasons before I'll start.
Yeah.
Because, like we said before, I like to binge watch. I don't want to, because I hate recaps. Just don't cut it for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate waiting. So that's why, like, I haven't watched WandaVision. I haven't watched Falcon Winter Soldier yet. I'm waiting for them to
Dude, you just
finish.
you need to stop and you need to get on them shows so I can actually fucking talk to you about them because the last episode
I know.
of Falcon and Winter Soldier was so goddamn good, and I want to talk about it and I can't
I will
because
go
you're.
ahead and get that done as soon as possible. I can
WandaVision we don't have
actually
to talk about. I
okay.
mean, it was
I
good,
can
but
download Falcon Winter Soldier on my phone and play it on the play it on the while I'm doing anything else. I'm not charging.
I was sharing this out on Facebook. Did you see from Wednesday night that there was another podcast that commented on our video?
No.
Yeah.
What they say?
they're like they're like if you want to be entertained and become smarter, then come check out and I was like
Like,
this
hey.
I was like this motherfucker. And Haas had messaged me yesterday, and he's like, "You should put them on blast." I was like, "No, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to follow their page, and I'm going to go comment on all of their stuff and tell people
Hell
to come
yeah.
listen
Come to our shit.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck them. If you try to snake our listeners, we'll snake
yeah."
yours. We don't care. I'm happy for, I was talking to my mom about it, and I said, I'd be happy if like 10 people listened,
Yeah,
because, like I said, I'm not doing this for money and fame or whatever. I'm doing it because we would be doing it anyways.
I'm doing it for money and fame.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, but I know.
Well, I mean,
I'm
don't get me
trying.
wrong. If somebody wants to offer us money, we'll take it.
Oh, easy.
I
As
mean,
long as it's the right
I was
amount.
actually thinking, we need a beer sponsor. Just keep you in beer,
Oh
and a
my god,
cigarette sponsor keep me in cigarettes.
I've been after Budweiser for years. Like
Yeah,
I've been drinking your beer since I was Budweiser, or anybody from Budweiser. If you hear this right now, I've been drinking your beer since I was 15 years old. I'm
amen to
almost
that.
40, and I still drink your beer to the
Yeah,
I support and protect
show
you,
some
your
love,
brand.
man. Show some
Like to
love,
the point where
Budweiser.
I have been in fights, actual fist fights, because somebody has disgraced your great name and your great tasting beer, Budweiser. So where the hell are you at?
Amen to that. I used to drink a ton of Bud Light. I don't like Budweiser. I like Bud Light. So
Yeah, that's the same
but I don't
company.
like that lime shit they got.
Yeah. It's Anheuser, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
Anheuser Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Some of the greatest commercials ever made was Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Some of the funniest shit I've ever
Real
heard.
man of genius. I can't sing, but
I actually have some of those I do on my TikTok. Every once in a while, I'll download one. And I'll throw up on TikTok. I'm like, hell yeah, that's
yeah,
hilarious.
I think I've done one or two of them. A buddy of mine that does. He likes to do what he hashtags epic bro duets, and oh, excuse me. Yeah, you know what?
Nice.
I thought about trying not to burp so much, but then at the same time, I was like, that's kind of my thing. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, my wife and I were commenting about that. My wife is sitting there, and our kid burped, and she's like, "That's so gross. Why do you do that?" I said, "Oh my God, you don't listen to the podcast enough."
yeah,
She's like, "What do you mean?" I
I
said, "You should hear Chris."
I've done it for so long in my lives, like I've got that
It's
my
just
past with
it's a natural thing.
yeah.
It doesn't offend
Well, I've done it
anybody.
so long in my
If it does, fuck
lives
them.
that people look forward to them, and
Yeah.
they'll like where's like somebody will come in and they'll be there and they're like, I've been here for 10 minutes and I have not got one glick burp. And I'm like, my bad. Hold on a second.
Hold on, let me chug this beer.
Yeah.
I'll get right on it, brother.
Yeah, here they
Just
come.
for you.
Yeah. And usually once they start, then it's just like game over. I mean, fuck it.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok? He 3D prints a bunch of shit.
Nah, I don't.
He
I don't.
3D prints Thanos' glove, and it looks like it like he took
Oh,
it right out of the movie.
Is this the same guy who made like the Iron Man suit and stuff
Yeah,
like
he
that?
made a full Iron Man suit. It's life size and all that stuff.
Yeah, he wears it. Okay, I
Yeah,
know who you're talking about. I
yeah.
seen the Iron Man one, and I think he did
That shit makes you want to
Mandalorian.
buy a 3D printer.
3D printers, from my understanding, aren't super expensive. It's the material
No,
that kills
the
you.
material that's what kills you. It's the
Not to
same thing
mention the
with
fact.
it's the same thing with other things. It's I can't try. I'm drawing a blank on thinking of an example, but there's a lot of things like that. Like printers. Printers are cheap. Printer cartridges. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Cheaper to put gas in your car.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as like you doing your building shit. The
Yeah,
building part's easy.
buying the wood is not easy.
The material gets you. It's always the material, man.
Yeah.
Not to mention with those 3D printers, you watch some of them videos. Oh my god, you almost got to be a. I don't know how they figure out like
Well, it's a CAD program. It's a
yeah,
program. You sketch it on the CAD and the program basically does all the work.
but when you're making stuff to wear and everything, because I've seen some
Getting the
guys that
sizes.
yeah, the way they got to measure everything out and do the
Yeah,
math
fuck
and
all
everything
that.
like that, it's like I don't really have time for that. I just
I
want to hit
watch
a
a I
button.
watch a guy I watch a guy on YouTube. He does dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
He 3D print. He buys like a cheap model of an RV, but he makes it look
Yeah.
like it's 300 years old or something. But he 3D prints like a small lantern and hangs it from it, and like camp stove and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He prints out really small stuff that doesn't take a whole lot of time to print. But once he paints it and makes it weathered and all that stuff, it's fascinating to watch. My wife's like, "You're retarded. Why are you watching this?" I'm like, "Shit." The only problem is, it's so satisfying to watch. If you watch it too late at night, you'll fall asleep and wake up and go, "Fuck, I missed that whole episode."
Yeah, there's a couple of those guys, people like that watch them. They're building shit, and it's just the tone of their voice and the cadence. It's
No,
just
this
like,
guy he doesn't speak at all.
oh really? Does he like have
He's
music?
like yeah, he has like real like almost like a classical music kind of thing, real
Oh,
soothing,
that's what
almost like
does
a
it.
lullaby going on.
Yeah, that's what
But
does it. That's what puts
he
your ass out.
he puts subtitles, so he, like what paint color he's using, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Lithuanian because or German or Russian or something, because it there's two subtitles. There's one in yellow and one in white. The one in white's English, and the one in yellow is I don't know what language,
You are
but he
so
doesn't speak
far
at
off
all.
on yeah. He's like Lithuanian or
Yeah.
German, maybe Russian.
Well, I don't
Russian and
know.
German is kind of similar. Then you got Lithuanian far out here,
He's
way out
he's
here in
he's
left field.
European. We'll put it that way. Well, he's European. Oh,
he's something. He's not from
something,
America.
but he does amazing work.
Yeah.
And the weathering is making something look really old is not easy. It looks easy, but like he took a piece of tissue paper, and once he got done with it, it looked like an old the blue tarps that you buy to cover like your car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He made a piece of almost like toilet paper, and he put it on top of what like an old railroad car. And when he got done with it, it looked like one of those blue tarps, and it looked like it
Nice.
had been sitting there for like 20 years. And it was amazing. I was like, holy shit! And the creativity behind it is what captures my imagination to no end. But yeah, back to the news. Sorry, we got on a little rant there.
Well, there's no really back to the news. Jesus
The
Christ.
news.
Fucking SWAT just busted into my door.
Is that rabbit?
No, my daughter. I just had her. I was like, come here. Thank you. Are you want to calm down, Miley Cyrus? You're not a wrecking ball. Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for a reference. I was like, why to Miley Cyrus?
Can I have a snack?
Yeah, she can have a snack. I already told you that. She's here like
It's not my kids this time.
I just Cash says hello. One of the boys. I just asked her to shut my window so I didn't have to get up and wander away. And she's like crashing through my bed, and then she like stomps down on the floor and crashes through the fucking door. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, what? Did you just kick my door open? No, I opened it. Are you sure?
What?
She comes in like a SWAT team.
What?
She said we got Luna. It has a hook on it, so we can put it on the cage.
Okay, we'll hook it on the cage.
I did.
Okay.
She's in there.
All right.
Bye.
I'm so happy it's not my kids this time.
Sorry for interrupting.
I call one of them.
At least she said sorry. My kids are just like, fine. Storm off.
Boom! Fuck you! What's going on, bitches? That's how she like walked in. She was like, kick the door in. What's up, bitches? It's like,
You know that scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when his sister realizes he didn't go to school and she kicks in his bedroom door and mannequin pops up. That's all that I can imagine right now.
Yeah.
She kicked in the door and just stood there and went, I fucking knew it.
I'm recording a professional podcast here.
Yeah, we're so professional. We can't get the app to work half the time, but we're professional.
So I was like, I'm just gonna send her a Snapchat and be like, hey, come here for a second. Thinking she would come in here.
Quietly.
I'm gonna have her shut the window, so I had to, so I had to get up again and walk off. No, she's just like, bam! What's up, bitches? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Bang! Slam the window down. Jump off the bed. Do a backflip. I'm like, Jesus Christ! What the hell is going on?
Swing from the chandelier.
Then because the door's open, all of them got to come in. Hey, by
Are
the
you done
way,
yet, Dad?
Yeah. So
No!
yesterday at school, my friend he had a dandelion and then he threw up, and my other friend because he threw up. I didn't throw up because I did. It was like aggressive.
Those are the best stories. They have no point whatsoever, but you have to sit there as a dad. You have to sit there and go, "That's amazing."
It's like if I wanted to listen to a 30-minute pointless story that had no beginning and or end, I would go listen
You'd
to
listen to our podcast, or you'd listen to our podcast. No, that's the funny thing about kids. They can tell you a story for an hour and a half, and at the end, you look at your significant other and go, "What the hell was that about?"
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be impressed or mortified? I'm not sure.
What's going on here? I don't even know
I'm
what
on
happened.
a podcast, for fuck's sake. This kid can't tell a story that lasts a sentence. I'm on a 2-hour podcast that gets more point over across than that.
Yeah, I try to anyway.
Well,
Oh, can I share this?
oh, that's hilarious. I'm just so glad it wasn't my kids this time. And the fact that I have more, if not the same amount, if not more people in my house right now than you do.
Well, right now it's just me and my kids. Unfortunately, my girlfriend lives in Tennessee, so her and my other son, they're down there. But it's just me and 3 of my kids. So
I have there's more people in my house right now because my wife, my kids, my mother-in-law, her kids, and I'm pretty sure my stepfather-in-law will be here any minute.
Yeah, so it's easy to do this on a Wednesday because they're not here on Wednesdays. They go back to their mom on Wednesday, and every other Saturday it's easy. But it's that Saturday when they're here, and it's just like, what kind of
I just
bullshit?
checked my connection for charging. I'm not charging. I'm losing battery power.
It's like,
I don't know why.
I'm going to try to do this for the next 2 hours. What kind of bullshit could they possibly get into? Yeah. Yeah, it's like when we get done, I hesitate to walk out into the living room just because I'm afraid of what I'm going to walk into.
Yeah.
It's like
the episode 1, Episode 1, we got done, and I went downstairs and I just went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Well, when we got done with that episode, I was like, all right, take a deep breath. Remember Woosa. Don't kill them. It's illegal. And I walked down the living room and they're just all chilling on the couch watching TV. I'm like,
I went downstairs. I said, "All right, turn off the TV. We're cleaning.
Yeah,
you guys can't sit still for 5 minutes."
Yeah, they were just chilling on the couch watching TV, and I'm like, "What did you guys do?" They're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you guys are being way too quiet and acting real suspicious. They're like, "We didn't know anything. We was watching this." I don't know what the hell they're watching. Doesn't matter. But I was just like, "Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. You guys
start
fucking
looking
rock."
around, going, "What did you do? What did you hide?
Something. Where is the body? Who did you kill?" But I'm like, hell yeah! I was like, "Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being cool." Then today,
that first
it's like,
episode, my kids, my son just sat and watched TV, but my daughter just decided to get into everything.
Yeah, who's the oldest?
My son. He's 10.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
And my wife's brother, he's 16, and of course my wife's brother had to introduce my kid to Fortnite, and then they downloaded it on my PlayStation, and I'm like, ah. So now I have the best threat. I'm like, you know what? If you don't do as I say, I'll delete that shit. I have no problem. I've never used it.
Yeah, I've got Fortnite on the PlayStation in my room, the Xbox out in the living room, and
I have no use for it whatsoever.
A lot of times because Fortnite is cross compatible, so they'll be in here. One or two of them will be in the bedroom. Yeah, one will be playing in the bedroom, one will be playing in the living room. They're playing together, and then like their little brother, he plays Fortnite, so they can play with him. And then my oldest daughter, her boyfriend, he plays Fortnite, so they'll have like a little lobby thing going on,
tournament.
Yeah, and I came home from work one day, and as I'm coming up the stairs to the apartment, I hear yelling, and I'm like, "Fuck, man! I do not want to walk in on this." And I came in, and what they were doing is they were playing the game, but they were yelling back and forth. And I was like, "You guys do know that I have headsets for both fucking systems." Because my boys were on FaceTime together in the living room, and then my daughter was on FaceTime with her boyfriend in the bedroom. And I'm like, I have headsets for both systems. Why are you screaming? And they're like, well, that's how we're talking to each other. And I was like, holy shit, how long has this been going on? The neighbors are probably losing their minds. Why is there a
war going on in the house?
So, but that's cool. I mean, gaming has come so far that is awesome. That they can play the same game together on two different systems in the house with their brother who lives 500 miles away, and they're with my daughter's boyfriend who lives the next town over or whatever, and they're all on different systems and they can play together.
Right.
So I don't understand Fortnite. It pisses me off. There's nothing worse. I don't have a problem going on. Yeah, I don't have a problem going on Call of Duty and getting killed by other grown ass men. But when I got some little 7-year-old kid that smokes my ass on Fortnite and then trash talks me, I'm like, oh, you little bastard. I hate this game.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Your mom should have swallowed you, you little fuck bag. What the hell, man? But
no, I don't get the whole concept of Fortnite. I can't do it. It's just annoying. It annoys the shit out of me.
It's one of those things, man. It's a battle royale multiplayer game. It's just a dumbed down version of Call of Duty for the kids. I know there's a lot of adults that play it and have made tons of fucking money off of it. And I go on it and I'm like, I'm the greatest Fortnite player of all time because I win all the time. And then I go get on Call of Duty and I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are in trouble. Because
the next thing you know, you get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, I'm the champ at Fortnite. And it's just like, oh, this is so much harder. But no, I do love my video games. I'm glad my kids have gotten into video games.
Well, it's like I said, I love that game Days Gone. It's a whole zombie thing, and I love it.
You should check out Last of Us. If you like Days Gone, you should check out Last of Us. Last
I
of
want
Us.
to. That's my next purchase.
I was never into games like that, and when I bought my PS4 years ago when it first came out, Last of Us came with my PS4,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, "Oh, it was a free game. Let me try it." Dude,
Yeah.
I got so hooked on that game. The story was amazing, and it was so fun to play. And then it was like, I want more. And just, I think last year they released because the fans were wanted it so bad, and they were clamoring for it that they did the game. They did part two of the game.
Part two, yeah. Well,
Uh,
like I want to play Red Dead Redemption
so
2.
good. Red Dead
That just looks
Redemption.
so
That's
amazing.
a good series. I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2. But I think they lost a little bit of what the first game was just because they added the online world, the multiplayer
Right.
thing, which was
Well,
cool. But it
well,
went,
they did that with Grand Theft Auto, and it did so well. They were like, let's do it with this one too. It's the
that's
same
essentially
company.
what they did was a Western Grand Theft Auto. I
Yeah,
just want to play the game. I want to play the game. I want to play the story because
yeah. The
Red Dead
story.
Redemption, the first one was a good story and it was a fun gameplay. That's how Last of Us was. It was awesome.
Well,
I haven't played the
that's
second
the
one yet,
story
but
behind Days Gone is so good. It's just a guy looking for his wife, and the what's it called? The plot twist there at the end. You're just like, wait, what the fuck?
yeah,
and
yeah.
if it's played it, you're like, oh, I totally know what you're talking about
Yeah, I've never
because
played it, but
you don't see it coming at the end. That the guy that's helping you track down your wife, he's part of a government agency that if you get close to them, they'll shoot first. Well, he's a scientist working there,
yeah.
and it now here comes my kids. I have
Us,
no idea.
Last of Us is a post-apocalyptic kind of zombie-ish. It's more of a virus
Yeah,
type thing,
yeah,
but it's so
very
good.
COVID.
And I, not really COVID. It's a genetically mutated type virus that
COVID.
turns. Fair enough, but it turns people into like zombie-like creatures, monsters, and stuff like
Okay.
that. Um, but it's just the story. It's so good, and it's one of those ones that'll throw you on an emotional roller coaster.
Oh no,
Uh,
that Days Gone gives you a little bit of emotion. But
mm,
what I find hilarious in Days Gone is everyone rides a motorcycle. There's 400,000 cars that you can run into, but God forbid you actually get one of those running. You got
well,
to
where's
ride
the
your
fun?
motorcycle.
Well, where's the fun in riding a car when you can have a motorcycle?
Yeah.
I mean, I would choose.
As a car guy,
Speaking of motorcycles,
yes,
totally off subject, but that's how
that's
squirrel.
what we do. That's what we do.
My girlfriend said I'm not allowed to have a motorcycle.
My wife told me that too.
Actually, she told me. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, do it. Do
See
you?
what happens.
Yeah, just do it. Sure, you will. I'm like, I wanted a motorcycle for years, and her friend's little brother got a motorcycle and he wrecked it the other day. That's what brought up the
Mm.
subject. I
Yeah,
was
that's what
like,
happened when my brother wrecked his. My wife was like, "See, this is why you can't have a motorcycle." And I was like, "I didn't even ask."
yeah,
But
I
now
don't
that you
want,
bring it up,
I don't want a crew. I don't want a crotch rocket. I want a big old cruiser bike. I actually want an Indian.
I like I said, I don't want the motorcycle for the use of a motorcycle. I want it for I basically want the motor and transmission.
Yeah, well, you can just go buy a motor and transmission. You don't have to buy a motorcycle just to
No,
get. Well,
I'll
I mean,
buy a
you do,
used
but
one.
yeah, but
Well,
just go to a
you can get
junkyard.
you can take a Harley engine and bolt it up to a Beetle transmission
Yeah, but why would
with
you do
just
that?
an
Harley's a
adapter
piece
for
of shit.
no, but you're talking once again, the Beetle comes with like 50 horsepower and a Harley
Yeah,
comes with like 80.
yeah,
So
but
you
owning
get
a
that beefy
Harley,
Harley sound coming out of a Beetle. People just look at you going, "What the fuck is wrong with your
yeah,
Beetle?"
but owning a Harley is like owning a boat. You
Yeah.
spend more time working on it than you actually get to ride the some bitch.
Well, that's
I got a buddy of mine who owns a Harley, and I've seen him take more pictures of the Harley in his fucking garage than I've seen of him actually riding the some bitch. I'm like, what'd you do? Did you go spend all that money on the Harley just so you could take pictures of it in your barn?
Exactly.
You're not planning on riding it?
Well, and I still don't know why, but they all leak like a sieve. I'm not charging it. I don't like it.
Well, that's kind of like the old Cummins motors, man. Those
Yeah, Cummins
motherfuckers just
diesels.
those motherfuckers just leak shit all. They're just always spitting and slobbering around. They're like a
Yeah.
goddamn Great Dane. When I used to work at Ohio State, when I worked at the university, I had generators I had to take care of, and I did the weekly tests and everything like that on them. And we had one in the tower. That was a Detroit, man. She was beautiful. Oh man, that was a beautiful generator, big old Detroit.
Oh
But then I had
yeah.
that Cummins down in the boiler room in the other building. That slobbered ass bitch is
Well,
always making a mess. But that Cummins was 100
I'm no
times
expert, but I'm pretty sure they use some of their oil for lubrication.
probably. But
As
that Cummins
like
was
in almost like a 2-stroke motor does.
mhm. Well, like that Cummins generator was 100 times better and stronger, and than that Detroit was. I mean, that Cummins could have powered both buildings and not even flinched at it. But
Right.
That Detroit would kind of
Think
struggle at
about it
times
for
in the
hours.
tower. Yeah, it would. It really would. When I would do the test, it would be like, we're going to do this today, or am I just going to take the day off? And I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
bitch, you're going to fucking run, god damn it.
Now,
But
I've been thinking about. I've been talking to my wife for years about I want a truck really bad, and the other day I decided I think I'm gonna get me a diesel because my brother he said his diesel just it's so much fucking torque it's ridiculous,
what are you gonna
and I'm like
what are you gonna do with a diesel? I mean, what do you need a diesel truck for?
piss people off, piss
But I
people
mean,
off.
pretty much.
I would literally
Uh,
rip the cats off first things just so I can roll coal on people. I just want to roll up against somebody and go, "Hey, do you smoke?" And then hit the gas. I'm like, "You do now!" As I drive by.
I, I would want to punch you in the face. I hate those jackasses that roll
You'd have
calls.
to
Like,
catch
oh,
me.
really?
I want to
They're
put
not that
stacks on it.
fast. They're not that fast. I could probably catch a
Oh, you can
diesel.
do it right. You can do it right.
I could
If
probably,
you update the turbo and
yeah, I could probably very easily catch a diesel pickup truck in my cruise.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
don't know
mine
why.
wouldn't.
Yeah, not mine. It wouldn't.
No. Well, it's all about what you do to it. You throw a tune on it. You can
I'm
get
gonna
a
put.
you
I'm
can get
gonna
an
put a
app that
rocket
plugs into it.
motor on it.
No, you can get an app that plugs into the computer of the truck and increase the boost of the turbo that's on it and go from like 200 horsepower to 250 in
Yeah,
a
but
matter of minutes.
yeah, but you're also talking about a vehicle that's 2 ton compared
Hmm.
to my Chevy Cruze that's about 75 pounds when it's raining.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like if your cruise came up against me, I'd just drive over top of it. You know, I'd be like, "What's this? That's a speed bump. Watch this.
that
Hold my
was
beer."
that was my mentality when I had my Bronco. Oh, I can't outrun
Yeah,
you, but I can run you the fuck over.
I may not be able to outrun you, but I'll run you over. I don't know why, but my phone is not charging. It's seriously upsetting me.
Well, it's probably because you got an iPhone, and we all know that
No,
iPhones
I
are
do not use
trash.
iPhones. I do not use iPhones at all. I
I
think
thought
my
you had an
charger.
iPhone.
No, good God, no. I run it's a Hawaii or whatever the fuck
Oh
it is.
yeah, my buddy's got one of those phones. He was telling me that I should get one. I'm like, I
They're
have a
excellent
phone.
phones. They're excellent phones. The only problem is
Yeah.
like my charger cable is been through hell and back, and I need to get a new charger cable. But I don't know. It's like it says it's charging, but the battery keeps slowly dying. It's like down to 10%, but I don't know why. If I mess with the cable long enough, it'll jump back up. It was jumping up for a
Yeah,
while, and then it was up to like 24, now it's down to 10. I don't know. So I had turned down my screen volume, brightness,
you gotta have
whatever.
you gotta have multiple extra chargers. I've got probably
I do. I'll probably have to.
6 or 7 different charging cords. You're gonna have to get up and leave. Where are you
No,
still
I'm
at?
gonna. I actually would send my wife a message to have my kid bring me a charger.
Bring me another charger. Tell the little son of a bitch not to kick the door in like he's fucking SWAT. Don't be Miley Cyrus. No wrecking
Yeah.
balls. So I want to ask you a question. Maybe now that we're an
Yeah, go
hour
ahead.
in, maybe I can segue. It's been good conversation. It's been good
Yeah,
shit
this is what this is all about.
talking back and forth, random nonsense. So now, like, obviously my name's Chris, and Lord knows that's a very common fucking name. I think I graduated with maybe close to 10 Chris's. Might have been close to 10 Chris's. How common of a name is Jeff? I don't know many Jeffs personally.
Well,
I think I only throughout my entire life I've only known maybe 5 or 6 Jeffs.
oddly enough, not extremely common. I mean, you got Jeff Bridges, Jeff Goldblum, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I didn't say rattle off famous Jeffs. I could be here all day if I started rattling off famous Chris's. I'm talking about personally in life that you actually
I've
know.
only met one other. Personally, I've only met one other. Oddly enough, we graduated in the same class.
Well, I know.
But the weird thing is, his middle name was David. My middle name is Jeff. My first name's David. But so is my father's first name is David. So it used to get confusing.
Now that I never knew. After 25 years, I never knew that your actual name was David.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, it gets seriously confusing down here. When every time I go into the hotel, I'm like, plug it in for me, please.
You go into the hotel and ask them to plug it in.
I go in the hotel and they're like, well, like I said, I have to call my client.
Amigo?
Well, they're usually American. But
I was talking to your son.
But my ID badge says David, but when I go into security, because you got to go through security, you have to sign in, and first thing I do is I write Jeff, and then I have to go back and write David in front of it, and they're like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "Well, it's complicated."
Okay.
And then when I call people, I'm like, "Hey, this is Jeff. Come down and see me." And then they come down. They're like, "Where's Jeff?" And everybody's like, "We don't know." I'm like, "It's me."
Hey, I'm Jeff. My name said David.
That's something else. That speaking of the hotel that I'm in a hotel. It's called the Majestic. Most of the hotels, when you go in, you give them your ID, your like driver's license, right? And then you go into said hotel, and they give you like a visitor's badge. The hotel I'm in signs me in, doesn't take my ID, and just lets me go in. They don't give me a visitor's badge, nothing. Now here's my thought. I wonder, being a white guy, if I could go in, change in the stairwell before I go into the main lobby into touristy clothes like swim trunks and a t-shirt, if I could get away with it. Because I have all the room numbers of my clients, and they're all inclusive hotels. So basically, I could technically walk in and go right to the restaurant and be like, "Yeah, can I get a burger and a Coke?" Then go back into the stairwell, change it back in, and go to work.
Oh, so you're trying to scam the system. I was confused.
Well,
I was like, what the fuck are you trying to get away with?
I could literally get away with going in and like I just instead of going to work, just go and spend the day by the pool.
Well, I mean,
I'm curious on how if I could get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to benefit you financially. Because
not financially, but
you're not doing your job, but
free meal.
Yeah, man.
Because some of the restaurants, it's a 5-star hotel. It's a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, Fat Boy Summer is coming up.
They got amen to that. Well, apparently your guys' summer's been postponed because a lot of people weren't ready for summer. So
I will fight you. I will come to Mexico and fight you.
No. what I mean by that is you guys got snow the other day.
I know what you
got
mean by
snow the other day.
that.
And I think what it is, anybody in Ohio complaining about the snow, Chris ordered snow for Christmas, and it's from Wish, and it just arrived. He said, "I want a white Christmas," and then, but he ordered it Christmas Day. So
Yeah, you didn't. I ordered it 4th of July, hoping it would get here. But I mean, we had about a foot and a half of snow for Christmas. We had a nice white Christmas. It was funny because they didn't forecast it, and my son, he was born in Charleston, so
Right.
coming home to Ohio, he still likes the snow, and he was like,
Yeah.
I hope we have snow for Christmas," and I was like, "I don't think we are, buddy."
Don't bet on it.
And then, like, Christmas morning, I think they were here for Christmas. I can't remember. Woke up and it was just fucking snow everywhere, and I'm like, "There you go, dude. You got
There it is.
yeah." So, well,
Thanks a lot, you little shit.
yeah, I know.
Now I gotta go plow the driveway.
I don't gotta plow shit. I live in an apartment complex.
Well, no, that's
they gotta plow.
that's
They gotta plow it.
somebody's
But-
got to do some work.
Yeah,
But it ain't me.
yeah, it
No
ain't
way,
me
boys.
anymore.
No way.
Yeah, it ain't me anymore. That's for goddamn sure. I'm too old for that
No.
shit. But so squirrel. So your actual name is David. Now that's a more common name.
Oh yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I do
I
know
know
a lot
a
of.
lot.
I do know a lot of Davids. So
Yeah.
I bring that up now.
Mhm.
We're an hour into this, and we're just now getting to my fun news stories that I find. So I bring that
Okay.
up because in Lincoln, Nebraska,
Uh-oh.
hundreds of men showed up to fight over the name Josh.
No.
Now listen, this is awesome. Like, it's not a bad thing. This is awesome. I still want to do this. Like, I want to do this in Ohio. I want to fight for the name Chris. Like
Right.
fucking Highlander style, which is what it sounds like they did. There could be only
Only
one.
one.
So, so a fight over the name Josh drew a crowd from around the country. Around the country, they went to Lincoln,
Holy
Nebraska. This happened. Yeah, it happened today.
That's like that
Nebraska
meeting
Park.
of the redheads. There's a meeting of redheads in Switzerland every year.
But they fought. This is what they did. So Saturday, this afternoon, for a heated pool noodle fight. They used
Nice.
pool noodles to fight. It all started a year ago when the pandemic boredom set in, and Josh Swain, a 22-year-old college student from Tucson, from Arizona, messaged others who shared his name on social media and challenged them to a duel. Hundreds showed up at Air Park in Lincoln. It was a location chose at random to participate in the silliness.
I would
started
totally
with
rock that.
It started with a grueling and righteous battle of rock, paper, scissors between Swain from Arizona and another. And so Josh Swain from Arizona battled another Josh Swain from Omaha. And the students who won that competition
they
allowed
all
him
had
to
the same
claim the title.
first and last name, or just that guy?
I don't know. It just shows this guy, but the winner of the paper, rock, scissors, they were able to claim the title of the one true and only Josh Swain.
Okay. So there's a bunch of Joshes, and one of them was there. Two of them were named Swain. So they're like, you have to change your name, fucker. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the most famous dick I know is Kevin Hawley.
Yeah, there you go.
Kevin's in the chat. So after that righteous battle, the pool noodle competition followed. It was open to anyone with the first name of Josh. The victor of that competition was a 5-year-old who was the hell. A 5-year-old named Josh was the victor, who was coronated with a Burger King crown. Nice. As the king. Josh Swain said he did not expect people to be this adamant and didn't expect people to show up. So they got all these Joshes together, and they had a pool noodle competition. And how cool is it
That's
that a little 5-year-old
awesome.
boy won, and they had the Burger King crown, and they
I
declared
think
him.
everybody saw this 5-year-old.
Yeah,
Everybody saw this 5-year-old and were like, you know what? I'm gonna let him beat me. Fuck it.
yeah.
You know.
How cute
I
is
doubt
this?
this kid was like just slaying motherfuckers left and right on his own.
Maybe he was. I mean, maybe he was. Maybe he's an
It's
advanced
a distinct
5-year-old.
possibility.
But
I'm
and then
gonna
they
close
got
my
the
door.
crown, and he is now declared the king of all Joshes and known as the one and only Josh. So
That's awesome.
how cool would that be? Because like for me now, this is something that I think would be
That's
awesome.
something to go on your resume.
Yeah, like
That kid for life can put that on his resume. I am the king of all Joshes.
just so
You
you
have
know,
to hire me.
yeah, I am the king.
Yeah,
Winner,
just throw that into my resume. Yeah,
winter is coming.
that would
And
be
I am the king.
the.
I don't know if that's a good reference. I don't.
No, that's an excellent reference. I love that show. I use that reference every day. I see somebody in a weird vest, and I'm like, "Winter's coming." Yes, and they look at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah,
What?
you'll get it.
The
You'll
fuck?
get it one day when you grow
Shut up, you jackass.
No,
They're like, I would love
have you
to
seen
do
that
that.
movie? That's kind of like that movie, Grown Ups, with Paul Rudd and the dude that played Stifler, Sean William
Grown
Scott.
up, grown ups. That was an Adam Sandler movie.
No, it's Role Models. That's the Role Models.
Yeah,
That's the
role
movie I'm
models.
talking about. Yeah, where they do that live action. It's like a
Oh yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons. That would be so fucking cool to do.
Oh,
It's called Lair or something like that. It's live
it's called
action role
it's called
playing.
it's called LARPing.
Yeah, I would totally show up to do it. I'd show
Sorry
up
to
to
any of the
watch
nerds
first.
who are listening, and Jeff has completely butchered your
Sorry. Well,
competition.
in the movie, it was called Lair.
I'm pretty sure it was
That's
called
why.
LARPing.
No, it's Lair.
I
I just watched that movie the other day. I
I think
But
you're wrong.
I would totally rock that. I think it'd be so awesome. Oh, look at that! I'm charging. I just got up to 10% from 9, so my phone is finally charging. I'm happy about that.
Woo! Raise the roof.
No, I was dreading it just kicking off, going fuck another goddamn.
You're like, oh well, I guess I'm left to carry the show again.
I'll be back in 20 minutes when my shit charges. Once I figure out how to charge this fucking thing. No, my kid brought me another charger cable.
Nice.
And I don't know where my wife buys these cables, but they are fucking 6 feet long. They're awesome.
Every cable I have is about 975 feet long.
Oh,
it's retarded.
I want to get one on a spool.
But that's all they sell. At the truck stops, that's all they sell.
That's awesome.
Super long cables. Yeah, it's awesome until you're spending 3 hours trying to find your charging
port.
The end. Yeah. Find the end so you can charge your fucking phone. But yeah, like how like that story, like I want to create and I'm sure there's probably already one out there. I need to just find it for all the Chris's.
Yeah.
Then I just want to go in there and start talking. I just want to start talking shit.
Well, that actually reminds me. There a story I read. I read this a long time ago when I was like 10 or something. This kid, his birthday was coming up, and he had a very common name, and he went through the phone book, and he wrote letters. This is way before email and shit, but he wrote letters to all these guys that had the same name, and invited. He says, "Don't bring presents or anything," which they all did because he was like 10 or whatever.
Yeah,
but
of course,
like 75 guys showed up at this kid's house for his birthday party. His parents were on board and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, that sounds interesting." But 75 people showed up.
Yeah,
and they all had the same first and last name. And I was like, there might be 3 people. If it was me, nobody'd show up. I'd get an email going, "Sorry, I can't make it. It's too far."
Yeah, no, I know. It's crazy when you say that. Like people would say first and last name. I know years ago, when my mom was still alive, I got a phone call from her one day, right? And I answered the phone, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, what's going on?" And she's like, "Okay, good," and hung up the phone on me. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I call her back, and I'm like, "Ma, why are you hanging the phone up on me? Like, you call me,
Rude.
and I answer the phone, and she's like, I just wanted to make sure you were still alive. And I'm like,
Wait, what?
wait, why would you think I was dead? And she was like, oh, I was scrolling through the obituaries, and I seen Christopher Glick, and I was like, really, Mom? So you just
you would think that somebody actually took the time to write my obituary, but
it's
didn't
like,
take the time to like call your mother and be like, by the way, Chris died.
yeah, you know, like
we
they
already
wrote
put
my
his obituary out, so you'll see it in the newspaper.
yeah, you wrote my obituary, you planned my funeral, you did all this, but you didn't take the time out of your day to call my mom and say, hey, by the way, your son's dead. And she was like, well, I mean, I was like, how, Mom? I'm like, really? She's like, well, I just had to make sure. It's those little stupid phone calls that I miss the most from her.
Oh, I bet.
Because this is like, dude, I laughed my ass off when she started telling me. I started laughing so hard, and I'm like, oh, this woman.
My mom and I have the weirdest conversation. My mom and I talked for 20 minutes about needlepoint
Oh, Jesus.
sewing because my mom's real into cross stitch, and when I wanted something to bond with my mom with when I was like 5 or 10 or something like that, and she actually taught me how to sew, and believe it or not, I use that shit all the time.
Oh, I bet.
Because
I mean, that's
I hemmed my pants for work because I bought pants that were too long and I hemmed them up so that they're perfect.
It's probably tough to find pants that fit you. I mean,
yeah. Well, I have to go to the kids section.
Yeah, you're only about 3.5
Baby
foot tall.
Gap.
So. I
No,
need pants that only have an 18-inch leg. I wear a size 40 waist.
However, I am in Mexico, so I blend in really well.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Minus the fact
Although
that
one of my
like,
friends is the tallest Mexican I've ever seen. The dude is like 6'9". I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Are you sure you're Mexican?
Yeah, you look like a Oompa Loompa Freddie Mercury.
In a wife beater. What the fuck? Oh shit. No, but like my mom and I were the problem I had with doing cross point with my mom is there's the holes are so small. You gotta be like, okay, 1, 2, fucking, I'm done for the day.
It's the counting. It's not the holes. It's the counting that gets you.
Well, you have a piece of fabric that's literally woven, and in between the where the weave is, you have 4 holes. So you count down and from the left or right or whatever, and that's where your starting point is. And it took me the longest time to actually. I don't even think I ever finished my first project.
So you never actually.
Oh, I did. I got about half of it done, but the problem is like it. My mom is not a TV person, so she'll sit on the couch while we were watching TV, and she'll do her needlepoint. Mm-hmm. She's just in her own little happy world, and blah 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 blah. While we're watching TV, well, I figured that's a good time. I can do it then too. The problem is, I sit there and I do 3 stitches, and then I look at the TV. 3 hours later, I'm like, okay, I'll do 3 more stitches, and then look at the TV for another 3 hours. So I have to be hyper focused when I do something like that because of ADD. Squirrel.
Yeah, you gotta.
But
you got to be able to walk away from all the other. Yeah.
Well, as another adult with ADD, how many projects do you have going on at once?
Oh God. None,
really?
because I know that I can't get through them.
Oh, I finish them.
I
have like 9 projects.
I don't do much. Yeah, the biggest project I have going on right now is this podcast.
I have this,
and I struggle.
What is this I'm watching? 2 idiots trying to talk about something.
Yeah,
that's what you're watching. I don't even know
who said that. I don't know who said that.
What's your name, Facebook user?
Because my Facebook comments are not keeping up.
Yeah.
But no, I generally try not to have a lot going on.
I almost need
because of that reason. Now I'll watch. Yeah, I'll watch TV. Like I'll have TV on. For instance, when I'm doing the editing and whatnot for this and doing all
Right.
that silly shenanigans. Um, but I took you off the screen again, by the way. Speaking of ADHD,
Oh.
I just figured that out.
Oh, look at that. Oh no, I'm back on.
Yeah, I got you back on.
Oh, okay.
But so this looks like nonsense. Well, happy it is nonsense.
Well, welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense.
I'm
That's
about to
what we
ask
are.
I'm about to ask one of my kids to bring me a beer. I'm gonna do not come in like
Dad
the
of the
fucking
year.
SWAT team.
Dad of the
Shut
year
up.
strikes again.
Hey, first of all, I'm proud of an accomplishment that me and my ex-wife and our friends, when my daughter was only maybe 2 years old,
Uh-huh.
not only could she go to the refrigerator and get us beer because we all drank different beers and stuff, she knew
She
who
could
drank what.
nice.
So we'd say, "Hey, Austin, go grab us a beer." And if it was me, she'd bring me my Budweiser. If it was my buddy,
My
it was
daughter
his
can
Miller.
make coffee. My daughter can make a hell of a cup of coffee.
How much does she
She's
drink of that
5.
coffee? Yeah,
No, none. She's 5. But like I don't have a coffee maker either
yeah.
because I don't drink enough
Yeah,
coffee.
like I was saying, I try not to have too many things going on at once because I do find myself kind of spaced out. I'll even just doing this one thing. I mean, anybody who's ever watched my lives, how the hell I keep up with conversations, I don't know
Right.
because I will space the fuck out right in the middle. And Lord knows it's happened on here numerous times. I'll
Oh,
just
we
be
do it.
saying something and
We
just go,
constantly do it.
yeah. So I don't
Well,
know if
it's
I
like
actually.
I have the YouTube channel. I have this. I have another podcast that I'm actually getting ready to start where I just interview people. I have
Who wants to be interviewed by you?
well, it's like I have a couple people that like one of my friends I went to high school with. He was a senior when I was a freshman. He's a stand-up comedian and a high school teacher. That's just a fucking awesome story. And his TikToks is fucking blowing up. Like his TikToks get 10 times the views that you and I do. Oddly enough.
Oh, okay. So now my Facebook comments caught up. Sorry, I don't mean to jump
Okay,
in there,
there we
but
go.
Tony, how's it going? He was the one that said great for that, except for the hat. My uncle was in here. What is this I'm watching? Yeah, we
That
said
was your
two
uncle?
idiots.
Nice.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite people, this dirty rotten Steelers fan, coming in here
Oh
talking
shit.
shit.
Here we go. Here we
she,
go.
her boyfriend's getting ready to move up here. He lives in Tennessee too. It's weird how Ohio people find love in Tennessee. They must breed some good ass fucking people in Tennessee. But her boyfriend's getting ready to come
Or
up
some dumb
here.
people in
She's
Ohio.
like, no, no. he he's
Or some
what?
dumb people in Ohio.
But I don't know, man. But he's a Tennessee Titans fan. So, Pat, Tony, and Keely and Kevin, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, the comments are lagging way behind.
Are they really?
I'm trying to, yeah. Well, they're lagging way behind on Facebook. Usually they're pretty quick on Facebook, but they're dragging ass for me.
Figures.
So, I got another good one for you, and I just lost it.
Oh. Was it a squirrel?
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't a squirrel. My phone locked.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So I had to squirrel.
Yeah.
This is the things that I look up now. And like I said, since I never did it until we started doing this, and now I look this stuff up and it makes me laugh. And of course, I hear about it on other radio programs, like actual radio programs, not podcasts. But the big thing has been like the gender reveal stories and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So I got one for you out of Kingston, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Now you've seen everybody does like, oh, we're going to hit this baseball and it's going to explode.
Right.
We're going to cut into the cake.
The golf ball.
Yeah, the golf ball, the smoke bombs, the balloons.
I did see one guy. He actually put he had a diesel truck with stacks.
Yeah.
And he revved it and it was supposed to go blow the color of smoke, but his truck was in gear and he slammed it into a tree.
Oh
Funniest thing
shit!
I've ever seen.
Well, yeah.
He
I mean,
wasn't
you
even in
guys.
the truck. That was what was funny.
Oh no. Well, and you've
He
seen the
reached
guys.
in to hit the pedal,
Oh
and the truck
no,
drove away.
fucking jackass.
Oh, I
Eh,
was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I
and you've
laughed
seen.
so hard.
Yeah, and you've seen like the guys. You can buy the tires the car tires that create
Oh yeah, yeah,
different
yeah,
colored
yeah.
smoke. So you've seen that, they're burning rubber. Well, in Kingston, New Hampshire,
Mm-hmm.
somebody got themselves onto a goddamn miniature nuclear bomb. The
No.
gender reveal party that had such a blast that it rattled towns,
Holy
towns
shit.
with an S, plural.
Holy crap.
Police in Kingston, a town not far from Massachusetts border, received reports of the loud explosion. Now there was videos of people's like ring doorbells that
Uh-huh.
were not only
Oh
vibrating
yeah, yeah.
because of this explosion, like 2 towns over, but were picking up the sound of it.
Holy crap.
They had 80 pounds or 36 kilos for people like you of
Yeah.
tannerite
Holy shit.
to blow, to blow, which is typically sold over the counter as a target for firearms. Which my buddy did that with his
Yeah,
second
but
daughter.
80 pounds, dude. That's a
Yeah,
shit ton.
yeah, they had a little canister or whatever, and one of their buddies who was quote unquote a sniper in the army, and took him 4 shots to hit it. Not a very good sniper, but
Yeah. Well, 80 pounds, you gotta have some distance, son. Holy shit.
yeah,
Because tannerite is not something that's to be fucked with in the first place.
no,
Then you go ahead and I mean, if you're too close to it, you're gonna lose an arm. Not a
yeah, so,
finger, an arm.
yeah,
If
so
not
they
your life.
essentially 80 pounds was enough to basically, and New Hampshire's not a very big state.
No, it's not.
So there were several towns that felt that. It was just like, at what point do
You
you
go,
say, okay,
enough is
these
enough.
these gender reveal parties are getting a little out of control? Just
Well,
just a couple of weeks ago, uh, there was a gender reveal party. It was a guy and his brother, but the guy who was having the kid, they were going to do
right.
something with the gun. Well, the gun went off
And
and
they
killed
shot
the
himself.
soon-to-be dad
Nice.
because of whatever they were doing. So it's like, stop it! Just get your fucking balloons
Well, it's like
and, and get
you
your
almost have to one up the next. You know, it's all
keep it
people
up with the
trying to one
Jones.
up each other. But yeah, it's a very keeping up the Joneses things. It's like when they did them wedding dances.
Yeah,
Have you seen those videos where it's like
oh yeah,
the bride and groom start dancing to his classical romantic song, and then all of a sudden it sounds like the DJ fucked up, and then all of a sudden they start dancing to Will Smith and
yeah.
Rick James and everything else, and you're like, all right, yeah, I've seen it before. I saw it on YouTube. Don't need to see it again.
Yeah, the DJ pulls in us and has technical difficulties, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, getting jiggy with it. I was like, oh, come on.
And then they start dancing like
Yeah.
they start doing the music through the times like that.
Mhm.
Did you see that video? The guy he did the evolution
Yeah.
of dance.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that was
it's very evolution of the dance kind of thing.
a million years ago.
Oh yeah, but it sticks in your brain.
It does. It's still, I mean,
That's the kind of shit that sticks in your head forever.
it still holds to this day. I mean, it's still good. It's still awesome. So,
Oh yeah, I mean,
but
and it's still relevant. That's
yeah.
the beauty of it.
I mean, that's the thing. You don't have to do all these big, crazy, extravagant things. Like, okay, the dancing's cool. That's not going to
Yeah.
get old. It is what it is. But all these gender reveal
It's
parties,
almost,
I mean,
yeah,
for like my youngest son, I think, because we lived in Charleston and all of our family was here in Ohio,
right.
I think we sent a small box to everybody that we ordered offline. And when you opened the box, balloons came out. Because we didn't, but it wasn't like we knew what we were having. I'm
Right.
not gonna wait. I'm gonna be surprised.
Oh,
I'm
dude, I
having
never
a
did the whole surprise thing. I was literally, we were at the gynecologist, doing the ultrasound or whatever, and I was like, "What the fuck is it? What is it? Come on, come on, come on!" And
yeah,
I found out I was having a boy, and I just fucking got on the horn. It's a fucking boy to everybody. Just called it a day.
yeah.
I was
Like
like,
I don't
gender reveal
understand.
phase.
I don't understand the whole we want to be surprised thing. You're having a boy or a girl. It's not that big of a surprise.
Yeah.
It's not like she's gonna magically give birth to a fucking giraffe. You know.
Well, what cracks me up? Here's what's messed up in the world. Right now, it's all about the gender reveal. But 20 years later, the people that were born 20 years ago are like, you can't assume my gender.
Yeah.
we're having, make up your fucking mind.
it's a baby. It's not a he or a she. It's a baby. No, it's a fucking baby, and it's either born with a fucking turtle head or it's born with a taco.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't rocket science here.
We'll let them choose their gender when they're old enough. Exactly.
Bullshit.
No, science and biology decided their gender when they were
kids
made.
Nowadays that are I forget what celebrity was. She's like, "Oh, my son he's a girl," and I'm like, "Well, he's 5."
Yeah, did he say that or did you say that? Come on.
Well, on top of that, when you're five, you have an older sister. You want to be like your older sister, so you're like, "I'm a girl too," and all of a sudden, they run with it to the point where they're trying to put these kids on puberty blockers and shit. And I'm like, come on, man. When I was 5, I thought I was going to be a transformer. I wanted to be Kit from Knight Rider, for fuck's sake. So you're telling me I'm an 89 Pontiac?
Yeah. I identify as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and nobody will tell me differently. I am a T-Rex.
Anytime somebody comes at me with that I identify stuff, I tell them, well, I identify as an Apache Nighthawk helicopter, so I can destroy anything.
Yeah. When you're an adult and you can make those decisions for yourself, I don't give a damn.
Exactly. I don't care what you call yourself.
No, you can be whatever you want to be. You're not hurting anybody. If it makes you happy, that's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. If it makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody else and you're not hurting yourself,
who cares?
Do what you want. Just you don't have to throw it in everybody's face.
Yeah, you don't have. I don't know. You don't have to the whole respect my gender. Ask what's my pronoun. You know what?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking problem at with you. The world.
I can't respect your pronoun and I can't respect your gender because I look at you and you look like a dude, or I look at you and you look like a chick. But you might be a chick that looks like a chick who says they're a dude, but I don't fucking know. So calm down.
Exactly. If you want everybody to identify you as your pronoun, wear it on a t-shirt.
Well, I mean, at least try to look like your pronoun. It's like that whole video that came out last year or the year before, that lady that used to be a man in GameStop, and it was like, it's ma'am.
Yeah. It's ma'am. I'm like, motherfucker, that's Bob.
Yeah, bro, you are 6'5" and sound and look like a man. So
with long hair.
Calm down on the poor fat kid working at GameStop that's just trying to fucking sell you.
He's making minimum wage, trying to pay his gas just to get to work in his shitbox Honda that's only got it's a 4-door with only 3 windows roll up, and give him a break.
And now you're trying to fight this poor kid because you are confusing as hell. I'm sorry, but you're confusing as hell.
Yeah. Well, I read something today. It was a meme, but it was like if you need somebody to justify what you see in the mirror, then you have bigger problems than what you see in the mirror versus what I see. You got bigger problems with, so
it's crazy. I just
tell everybody what's up.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Hey, what's up?
I'm like, how you doing?
It's not like I'm going to introduce myself and be like, are you a he or a she?
Well, in some people's defense, I met this person about 2 years ago that was either a really good looking dude or a really hot chick. and I couldn't tell either way. And I made sure to stop myself with saying, because I was trying to sell him a club. I'm like, well, I met my wife at said club, and which is my pitch for that. But I was like, you could meet a significant other,
Yeah, right.
because I'm 99.9% it was a chick, but heavily baggy shirt, you know, no real sign of makeup, but you know, shoulder length hair. So it's like, yeah, it could go either way. But
I don't know where I'm going here.
So in situations like that, I'm just like, what's up, dude? Because dude means everybody.
Yeah,
It's all inclusive.
we got a special request that you did you do a handlebar mustache
Oh my God, no.
from the one and only Kevin Holly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and back on the gender thing, Kevin, I forgot about that one. I heard about that the other day, and that made me laugh. There was a lady who did a gender reveal, and she like farted pink dust.
Oh my God. No, I saw one where they bought the wrong smoke bomb and it came out black.
Oh, that was one of the that was one of
It's a
those skits on TikTok, and there was like
was
his
it?
black his like his
His
black
black
best friend
friend
was
just
saying
like
he was like he's the only black guy there. He's like, gotta go.
I'm gonna head out now.
That's strange. How did that happen?
I was
I
like,
think
that's funny.
like my buddy Greg's in here. Him and I were talking on Snapchat the other day about. He was like, the other guy on your podcast, he smokes a lot of cigarettes. Where is he flipping them at? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. Into the corner,
Right
I
out the
think.
window, man. Right out the window, right in the front yard.
Yeah. He
When I'm done,
commented,
my
don't.
wife yells at me to go pick them up.
Yeah, he commented, don't burn the house down flicking them cigarettes.
It's concrete house. You can't. It's impossible.
I told him, I said, I
was
think it's a, I think
charging,
it's
now
a,
I'm not. And I don't know. Fucking phone.
I told him, I said, I think it's a nerve thing. I think because he's never, you've never done anything like this. You've never done the live streaming or anything like this. And Lord
Well,
knows I'm a,
it's not really a nerve thing. It's if I'm even when I'm talking to somebody, it's like a something to do with my hands. I never have. I'm always like, nah.
yeah.
So
No.
it's even if like if you and I were in my front yard right now, I'd still be smoking like a chimney. But I don't
Jesus
smoke
Christ.
like that normally. That's what's what's odd about it.
You know
But
what? I know you like to talk, and I know this isn't very professional. And I don't take 30-minute breaks unlike some podcast hosts. I gotta piss like a motherfucker.
Go ahead.
The social
I'll run the
smoker.
chat for a minute. The
So
social.
go
Yes, that's
go ahead and chit chat.
very similar. Yeah, go ahead. That's a very similar thing. When I if I'm at a bar or something, I'm in the smoking section. I'm not the guy that just sits there and be like, okay, I'll wait an hour and a half for my next cigarette. Fuck that. If I'm having a conversation, I'm gonna just keep rocking them out till I run out. But I am trying to cut back on it. The problem is I also have them sitting right here in front of me, staring at me like, I need one, when I literally just put one out. But it's an odd thing. But I also enjoy smoking sometimes. Sometimes it's like when it's raining and I have to go outside to smoke, I'm like, fuck. But other than that, it's not that bad. Okay, I'm charging. I don't know why, but my phone just does not want to charge tonight. So I need to not touch any cords because it just went from 7 to 8, which means I'm finally charging. And that's my biggest fear is my battery dying while doing in the middle of the podcast because we've had enough technical difficulties in the first 4 episodes that we don't need it in episode 5. We've had interruptions from Chris's kids, interruptions from my kids. Let's try to make this one go without any interruptions. And thank God Chris took his mic off because the other day he had his mic on while he went to the bathroom. And I heard the whole thing. But it sounds like he's coming back. So that's a good thing.
Golly. Man, I had to piss like nobody did. Oh my God.
That's why that's what happened last Wednesday. I was sitting here drinking Coke out of my coffee mug, And by the end of it, I was like, "Get out of the way, everybody! I gotta piss." So I made sure I didn't have anything to drink with me today.
Sean asked, "Do you have cartel living by you?" Well, I mean, I'm gonna drink when we do this. I don't drink a lot, but I should have went to the bathroom before we started. That was the problem.
Yeah,
It's not even the
that's
fact
your
that I'm
bad.
drinking. But dude, as soon as I open the door, man, it's like
Are you done?
yeah, I was like, "Are you down?" I'm like, "No, good lord, huh? What'd you say? Are you bored?" I'm like, they just swarmed me. Like, Jesus. And
To answer the question about cartel living by me, not that I really know of. I have a couple of suspicions, but nothing confirmed. And I've never really had any issue in 20 years. So it all comes down to one thing. And this is what I tell people when they find out I live in Mexico. It's just like living anywhere. If you're looking for trouble, you'll find it. But if you're just minding your own business, nobody's gonna fuck with you. So
I can't find trouble anywhere in Ohio, but
well, you can find it down here just looking around.
I look around for it. I
Yeah,
try to pick.
that story
I try
you
to
and
pick
Andy
those.
at the bar. Jesus.
We don't want to fight you, big
Oh,
sons of
God.
bitches. I got a. Hey, Budweiser, how you doing? The
How
new
you doing?
Budweiser 55, Budweiser Select 55, only
Oh,
55
nice.
calories, 1.9 carbs.
Yes, because that's what you're worried about.
Zero,
Calories.
silver label.
Ooh, pretty. Hey, what
Oh,
the
I'm gonna get in
bottles you
trouble.
used to drink? One of the first times I saw you, do you know the
Lazy.
Temptation Resort? Yeah, I know that. I actually used to work at Temptations.
This Budweiser is gonna get me in trouble,
Probably, or
dude.
get as a sponsor.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. They could pay Chris in beer.
Every Friday, beer truck pulls up at my
It
house. My
used to
neighbors
be.
are.
Just to answer that Facebook question, Chris, that Temptation Resort was a it's not really, it used to be a swingers joint, but now it's just kind of it's an adults only, put it that way. So, I mean, there's a lot of topless chicks around and stuff like that. It's a really nice resort. They just redid it like 2 years ago. It used to be kind of a shitty hotel, but now it's super nice. But yeah, I worked there
A little lazy. Thanks for stopping in.
in '05, and it's super nice. But yeah, next time he's down, tell him to fucking contact me. I'll sell him some tours. I could use the money. No,
This Budweiser. I just got this for the first time tonight. Steve,
yeah.
what is up, man? Steve's here, man.
Excellent. How you doing, Steve? Steve who?
Steve Schwartz. You know who
Nice.
Steve is.
Steve, we talked about you a couple podcasts ago about how you've ruined me for any other motorcycle except Yamaha. You shit.
I thought he had a. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. No, I just bought this tonight. I've been drinking Bud Select.
How's
And
it
yeah,
good? Is it
I
any
do
good?
worry about the calories and the carbs because
Do you
smart ass.
seriously?
I just started going back to the gym, man. I'm trying
Oh,
to.
fuck that shit, dude. I just ate like a half a pound of fucking ribs. Almost, no, I ate a pound of ribs. Fuck me. I literally just ate a pound of ribs before doing this.
Yamaha.
Yeah, fucking that YZF 600. Now you have me wanting a YZF R1 like ever since fucking high school. What year was that bike you had, Chris or Steve? Sorry. Did you cut out again?
Probably.
Yeah, it's that time of day. It's 8 o'clock my time, which means it's that's when the app starts to die.
On Facebook. I don't know if they can hear me or not, but yeah,
Yeah, I heard you. Let's switch over to Facebook. Yeah, switch over to Facebook.
No, I said from here on out we're going to switch.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Well, we've only got about 20 minutes.
It was a 99. Yeah, that thing was badass, dude. Even though it was only a 600, it still looked nice. But Chris and I were talking about, I want to take a a YZF-R1, take the motor tranny out, all the wiring, and build a one-off supercar using that as the power. Or I might actually put that motor and transmission into a Volkswagen Beetle and just scare the shit out of people.
Oh, no. Okay, no, so yeah, this Budweiser Select is like fucking water. I ain't gonna have to take a massive dump,
Nice.
but yeah, every time, man, we get about an hour and a half into it, and shit
No,
starts
I'm
going
telling you,
all
I know
wonky.
what it is. It's the time of night. If we would have gone earlier like we planned, unfortunately, we both had issues we had to take care of. But if we go earlier, I don't think we'd run into this problem. It's
Steve,
the
if you're
time.
still listening or you're still watching, we should link up next weekend and have a beer.
Fucking A. And come down to Cancun so I can give you a beer. I'm going to have a smoke. My social smoking's kicking in.
Anyways, what were we talking about? We got distractions.
Well, we were talking about that gender reveal stuff. That was crazy. Well, we talked about that kid having all those Joshes come by in some European country, and it's close to Switzerland, but it's not Switzerland.
No, it was in Nebraska.
No. I'm talking about another thing that's similar. They have an annual gathering of redheads. It's just wall to wall.
Oh yeah, that's probably like Ireland or Scotland or some shit like that.
I'm not sure where, but it's like redheads from all over the world just show up for a week.
I want to gather all the Chris's and have a legitimate fight.
With real full on swords and shit.
No bare knuckle fight. Bare knuckle. Bare knuckle. Let's go. Come on. There can be only one Chris, you sons of bitches.
I could gather all 6 Jeffs in the world and we'll just all sit around and drink beer and smoke cigarettes.
Pretty much.
Because a fight between the 6 Jeffs would end it. It's Ireland? Possibly.
Yeah, I thought it would be Ireland because that makes the most fucking sense.
I read it a couple of years ago and it just kind of stuck in my head because I have a weakness for redheaded chicks sometimes.
Every man does. I mean, that's not a hidden secret.
I dated a redhead in high school. I worked at a restaurant while in high school called Sweeney's Stew. It was a 5-star I'd fucking wear a bow tie and the whole 9 yards. I was a busboy, but one of the waitresses was a redhead, and well, things happened.
every man has a soft spot for redheads, whether they'll admit it or not. But
yeah,
no man wants to. She knows all about it. Did she go to Ireland? Did she go to Ireland to fight in the Ginger Olympics?
The Ginger Olympics, nice. You know what? Something you and we need to do one day, Chris. We need to go to what's that fucking in Germany they have what's it?
Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest, yeah. I'm thinking Beer Fest, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, Beer Fest. Yeah. Well, they do that in the States.
Totally
you don't have to go to Germany for it.
No, but you got to go to the original, man. I mean,
I'm down.
That's like ordering your Oktoberfest from Wish.
Well, I'm going to Beer Fest.
Order your Oktoberfest tickets from Wish. You end up in fucking bumfuck Nebraska somewhere going, this ain't the same.
I'm going to a Beer Fest. Where at? In Ohio. Did you get that fucking shit from Wish? Don't fucking judge me.
No, but I mean, that would be totally something like I would totally rock that out. I think it'd be so awesome. They have. I was talking to a guy about it. They have a wheel, and it's not really a wheel. It's almost like the top of a carousel. You know, the where it's just a big dome, and people sit on it, and they spin this thing up to like 60 miles an hour, and whoever stays on wins. And I'm like,
that's so dumb. That's so dumb. That's like the PBR bull riding. They do the poker, and you sit at a table inside the arena, and they unleash the fucking bull, and the last person that stays at the table
Stay-
wins the money, or
Nah,
wins the
fuck all
contest.
that. No,
I mean,
I've
I'll
done
do
bull
it.
riding. I had a
mean, I'll
buddy
do
of
it.
mine. I think Nathan took me bull riding once, and it was a bad idea.
I rode
The
a
announcer
mechanical
was
bull.
like, because and I wore Jinko jeans, 36-inch bells,
I'm a fucking idiot.
and I get ready to get on the bull, and the fucking announcer's like, and look at this guy.
He was a
I got these
skater
big old
boy.
Jinko jeans on, tennis shoes, and I'm wearing a baseball cap backwards. And they're like, look at this cowboy. What the
Yeah,
hell is? And there, he's off the bull.
yeah.
I like the bull never even got out of the chute, and I was off on the ground and running towards the gate. I was like, nah, I'm done. I did it. I'm done. Ain't doing it again.
I've rode a mechanical bull a
Worst idea of my life.
time or two. Drunk
Oh
as
yeah.
shit.
I'm great on a mechanical bull. You get me on the real animal, it's a whole other ball game.
That's like saying
I'll
you're
urban
great.
cowboy the shit out of.
That's like saying you're great on a fleshlight, but as soon as you get a real woman, you're
Exactly.
oh god,
No,
I'm done. I'm sorry.
but
I only
it's
barely
like
got the tip
it's
in.
I'll urban cowboy the shit out of a mechanical bull. You get me the real thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I
That's a
won't.
big motherfucker.
It'll fuck my world
I
up.
will John
Usually,
Travolta urban cowboy the shit out of a mechanical bull.
I usually get on
There's a
one drunk
reference
as
for you.
shit. Yeah, it was a decent reference. I like my Miley reference earlier. That was a lot better.
That was hilarious. It took me a second until you actually said, you don't have to come in like a wrecking ball for me to actually catch it. Because Miley's does so much weird shit. You're just like, that could mean anything. Okay, now I get it.
That is a strange. She is so talented. She can sing her ass off.
Have you heard her voice lately?
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice.
Jesus Christ. No. Her speaking voice.
Well, I mean,
her speaking voice lately sounds like she just smoked a pack of Cools and drank like 2/5 of Jack. She's like she's gargling gravel.
Hot Topic still sells Jinko jeans.
Jinko jeans? Nice. I used to buy mine at JCPenney. Not JCPenney, Sears or something like that. Because we didn't have a Hot Topic.
Yeah, I've never worn anything outside of Wrangler or Levi jeans. So
I love my Jinko jeans. They were awesome.
That's a lie. I now wear Cody James jeans, but that's another clothing line at my girls' store.
I buy Old Navy.
I know that's what you said. I was reading your comment. Come on, bro. You know how this works. Sean, this isn't your first time.
This isn't your first rodeo, sir. I literally buy Old Navy now.
Nice. Sean's another one of my OGs from Periscope who has a twin brother, and for the longest time I thought they were both full of shit and they were the same person with two different names.
They're just fucking with you.
Yeah, because I was friends with his brother first, and it wasn't for a long time down the road that Sean came in, and I was like, Greg, why do you have a different account? And he's like,
with me.
So I was like, I'm not Greg, I'm Sean. I'm like, you guys are fucking liars.
Sure you are.
But Sean actually came down. Him and his girlfriend came down, fiance now, came down to Charleston and spent a couple of nights down there when on their way to Florida. And I went up to Michigan last year, got to hang out with them. I got to get back up to Michigan, hopefully this year sometime, see him again. Because now they got a little boy who's going to be graduating college before I ever get to meet him at this rate.
Good Lord. Yeah, I don't travel. I try not to. It costs too much money. It's actually cheaper for people to come down and see me.
I drive a lot.
Yeah. Well, driving from Cancun to Ohio it's a week-long trip, so. Did we go into a technical difficulty again? Yep. Chris just cut out. Lost sound and everything. Cheyenne picked you up. Puked into your car. Nice. Nice.
That Uber driver was by far the coolest.
You cut out there, sir.
You and Courtney were figuring out ways to save the world. drunk.
Yeah, you have to say all that, tell that whole story again because you cut out. Our technical difficulties are catching up to us.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we didn't lose the sound.
No, we
Hopefully we
lost
just
sound and
lost the
everything because
video.
I
We
couldn't
didn't
hear.
lose
I
the
didn't
sound.
hear a thing you said until you came back on camera.
Oh, fuck my
Yeah,
life.
well, it seems to be the norm anymore. We're gonna have to do this on Facebook.
Yeah.
As much as I love the
We're
Haps
literally
app,
10 minutes away.
I love the
Yeah.
Haps app, but this time of night it's just not our friend.
Yeah. Yeah, no, next Wednesday when we record, we'll try Facebook.
Yeah, I I I think
Right.
it's because Haps is such a new app, and if anybody's looking to go live on somewhere, Haps is the place to do it. As long as you don't do it around this time of night, it just glitches like you read about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean, we made it a lot farther than we had before.
Wednesday was kind of a shit show with technical difficulties there at the end. But we were really late Wednesday, and then we spent another
Well,
hour trying to continue.
yeah. Worst case scenario, now that I'm learning this app that I have, I can cut out the bad part and throw the good part back into it, so it won't be that big of a problem.
Well, like
Um,
you glitched, but it was like when you glitched Wednesday, it glitched every time you spoke. But today
yeah.
you glitched for a few seconds and then it's back to normal. So maybe.
Oh, yeah. I was saying it was in that Uber driver's car, not mine.
Oh, okay.
And then she puked all over my bathroom. And Sean's fiance, man, when they came down to Charleston, she got wrecked. I felt so bad for her. She is such a sweetheart, and I love her to death. She got so drunk and was puking all over the place, and then she went to bed. And Sean and my ex-wife were drinking out of a goddamn growler, and they were coming up with ways to save the world, and I was on the couch drinking. I was so drunk, and I was like, y'all save the world. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm going to bed.
The funny thing is drinking stories for me is where I go to drink is in the hotel zone, and I would take a bus that would go past my house, and a couple of times you get on the bus and you pass out and you wake up and you're at the end of the bus line going, when are we going again? Because the driver just goes outside and has a cigarette, has his lunch, and then turns around and does the same route again.
Yeah.
So I just stay on the bus, go back to sleep, and like wake me when you get over by my house. I'd give him the direction, and he'd
Yeah.
stop and have somebody that's heading to work go, hey, go wake that drunk guy up so he can get off the fucking bus.
Yeah. Well, we went downtown Charleston and we Ubered down there because we knew we were going to go to dinner. We knew we were going to drink, and we were
Right.
we were taking them
Being
to like
responsible.
yeah we were taking them to some of the cool spots, and basically once you got downtown Charleston, much like down there where you are, you can walk to everything. So
Oh yeah.
we went to a rooftop bar, and our waitress, she happened to be from Michigan, like Sean and Cheyenne, and I guess the big thing in Michigan is Goldschlager shots or something. I don't know,
Oh, I love Goldschlager.
or peppermint schnapps or something. I don't know. It was fucking disgusting.
I used to go to the Red Zone in Columbus, and
Good night, Easton.
I was underage, and I used to go with the waitresses from the restaurant, and I would buy a bottle of water, and they'd buy shots of Goldschlager. I'd drink half the water and fill the rest with Goldschlager.
Nice.
And nobody would be the wiser.
Yeah, so we went because there's this rooftop bar. What's up, Chris? What's up, man? How you doing, Bubba?
What's up, sir?
At the tail end. We're actually coming close to the end here, but I'll be live again tonight.
As much as I hate to admit it, it's kind of a good thing. I'm down to 6% battery, and I can't get my fucking phone to charge.
Yeah, I'll be up and live again. I'm debating if I want to go live on TikTok or if I want to go live on Facebook tonight. I don't know yet. But so we went downtown and we had dinner, and then one of my favorite places was this bar called Henry's in Charleston, and Henry's has got 3 floors plus a rooftop.
Nice.
And The first floor is like a restaurant bar. Then the second floor actually has two different bars in it. They've got like a dance club, and then they've got like a regular
Like a
bar.
lounge. Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
it's just like
lounge
a
kind of
regular
bar.
bar, and they'll bring bands and stuff in there. And then you go up to the roof, and the rooftop's got the seating and all this other stuff, and it's a beautiful view of downtown Charleston. So we were up there, and then of course the waitress was from Michigan, so whatever that shot is, I can't remember if it was peppermint schnapps or Goldschlager. She was bringing shots up for free because they were Michigananders, and she was too. So then we went down and we went to an Irish pub and uh, Tommy Condon's, which is one of my other favorite places down there in Charleston. I absolutely love that place because it is 100% legitimately Irish pub. Like the bands and
Nice.
the musicians they bring in there are Irish.
Fireball, he says.
Oh, was it Fireball? I couldn't remember what it was. I just know it was disgusting.
Hey,
And then,
you can actually take Fireball and mix it with a cream, and it'll taste like uh, cinnamon rolls.
oh, really?
A certain kind of a certain guy. I saw it's called a cinnamon roll, and it's Fireball whiskey and like Bailey's or some shit like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and it tastes like a cinnamon roll. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
I'm in.
Rum chadas.
Ranchada, maybe.
But yeah, then we just spent the whole like night just walking to different bars. I mean, like the run chata fire. I don't know
Run
what it was. It was disgusting,
Ranchada
Sean.
Fireball.
Yeah, it was
Oof.
disgusting.
Fireball will fuck you up if you're not paying.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like Jaeger. It's like
So we,
Jaeger. That down here every year during spring break, the Jaeger bus goes through, and you get on that bus and they just start handing you shots of Jaeger.
yeah,
Shit'll
we used to
fuck you up.
when I was bouncing, we used to have like Saturday nights or whatever. We would have not all. It wasn't very rare. You'd have certain like if a new company came out with a new liquor, like if Jack Daniels came out with something new,
Yeah.
or Crown or whatever, then like they would come in with their Crown girl. But usually it was always Budweiser or Coors Light. We always had like the Budweiser girls or the Coors Light girls in the bars, and it was just like they would have like little cups. It wasn't a shot, but it was like little cups of Budweiser or Coors Light or whatever that they were handing out.
And Chris is like,
Man,
"What am I 5?"
yeah, it was Rumplemint. Yeah, Rumplemint.
Yeah, Ruppelmint. It's
Peppermint
100% proof
schnapps.
peppermint schnapps. Fuck that shit.
That's
Now,
what
the
I'm
one
talking
thing I won't touch is Jose Cuervo tequila. Holy shit! My birthday, I was
I won't
working
touch
at
anything that
one of
has.
the bars called Daddy Rock. It was Daddy Rock, and they have a live band and they play rock music. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
But the band and the MC we're all Americans, and we all knew each other. And they found out it was my birthday one year, and they pulled me up on stage, and in front of the entire crowd of people, made me drink a champagne flute full of Jose Cuervo 4 times in
what?
like an hour.
Yeah,
And after the fourth one, I'm sure they would have kept going, but after the fourth one, I got off the stage, stumbled towards the door, and threw up outside. And I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah, it's time to go home." So,
yeah.
and that was the last time I've touched Jose Cuervo, and I think I was like 25. I won't do it anymore. I can't even stand the smell.
This shit will not put hair on your chest. That shit will make your little
That shit
pecker.
rip it off, and it'll rip it
This
off and make it come out your ass.
that rumplement will make your little pecker run up inside you and never want to come out again. That stuff was
Yeah,
so. And these motherfuckers were drinking it like it's water. They're like, ooh, I'm like, that.
yeah.
And it's one of those. It was one of
It's
those
like
shots
sucking
where
on
you,
a candy cane while drinking
yeah,
vodka. Jesus.
yeah, it's one of those shots where you take it, and you don't want to swallow it immediately because it's so gross, but then it fucking sits on your tongue, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Ugh. Did you catch this? This is, I don't know who said it, but man, me and my buddy used to drink Jose up at college. We would each finish a bottle before we went to the bar. Fuck.
Yeah,
It'd take
I
me.
don't.
I got a
don't
bottle. I got a bottle sitting on my stove that was here from a birthday party almost 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago, about a year ago. and it's still sitting there. Hasn't moved.
I don't like tequila. I don't touch tequila. I don't like tequila. I don't want nothing to do with tequila.
I don't like hard alcohol. I'm a beer kind of guy.
Yeah,
I won't
like
drink wine. I won't drink. Although I do want to try that cinnamon roll thing. That Fireball and Bailey's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like liquor and I like
a good White Russian
and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't fuck with tequila. I did it once in my life and I learned my lesson.
Never again.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Look, I never once in my life thought that a little tiny Mexican would whoop my ass. But man, he beat the brakes off. He beat the fucking brakes off me.
You were wrong.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off me. I'm like, God.
Well,
I woke up 4 days later and was like, what the fuck just happened? And I woke up
I had a friend of mine. He came down and he bought us a bottle of $400 Don Julio.
Mm-hmm.
It's never even been opened.
Oof!
It sits on top of my fridge. Never been opened.
I don't think I've ever had rum chata. To be honest with you, Sean said Fireball and rum chata. Now I went down to
what the cinnamon roll thing is.
I went down to Tennessee for New Year's Eve weekend or whatever to be with my girlfriend. And we were staying at a hotel, and she went out to smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, what in the world is she doing? She was gone for a minute. And then all of a sudden, there was like a banging on the window. I was like, what the fuck? We were on the first floor. And I opened the curtain, and she was like, come on. And she had made new friends out the parking lot. There was people out there they were pre-partying. They were drunk as fuck. Those poor bastards. And they had all these little bottles, like, of
he says that rum chata is good as hell. Fireball and rum chata is more like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, see, I would drink the shit out of that.
Yeah, I've never had
fuck me up for a month.
But I go outside and they had all the like the little shot bottles.
And
they handed me one, and then they had the shots of the mixed drink.
Oof.
And they're like, well, you got it. And they were like right in the middle of the sentence, and I just cracked the Fireball and took it back and then opened up the little, it was like a Sex on the Beach or a blowjob or whatever. But like one of those pre-mixed drink shots, I took that back and they're like, well, this is definitely not your first time. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Please.
And I'm like,
I have seen me in high school, sir.
I am a seasoned veteran, my friend.
I'm semi-pro at this point.
There is no semi about it. I am full on Hall of Fame. I am a raging alcoholic.
Well, we finally reached the 2-hour mark.
We did. We made it. I think I can fix the hiccup. We're gonna go ahead and this is a good it's good stop.
Let's wrap this up. Because I can hear my wife yelling at the kids to go to bed, which means I have to go down there and lay down the law.
You gotta lay down. You gotta go down there and lay down and listen to Harry Potter. Don't lie to anybody.
Hey, you know what? I'm telling you, Jim Dale. Ask your daughters about Jim Dale reading Harry Potter audiobooks, and give your daughter the link. It's hpaudiobooks.com. Yeah, I'll send you the link. Jim Dale reading Harry Potter. The dude does voices, and dude, you're onto a full-on journey when this dude does his audiobook. But 90% of the time I pass out about halfway through the episode.
I think I'd rather slam my pecker in a door than listen to that. But
I love me some Harry Potter. Like I said, my 41st is going to be a Harry Potter themed birthday party, man. I don't know why. I just want to do it.
I will be accepting applications for a new co-host, effective 5 minutes after this.
Hey, that's episode. What makes us work. I'm super nerdy and a car guy, and you're a sports guy and not nerdy at all. So
I'm nerdy. I'm just not.
You're nerdy as fuck too. Yeah. Listen, Mister. I've seen every millisecond of every Marvel episode and pretty much quote it.
I can't.
Is dying to talk about it.
I am dying.
Yeah, see?
Dude, you've got to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that Disney Plus thing here pretty soon.
Yeah, you got to watch it so we can talk about it, dude. I'm dying to talk to somebody about it, and I don't know anybody that watches that I could talk to about it because it was so
I'm like that
fucking good.
about I'm like that about that Tiger King series. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode. If you want to
Yep.
wrap it up, sir.
Oh my gosh, we made it. Not too many technical difficulties, not too many hiccups, nothing I can't fix. But thank you guys for listening. As always, we appreciate you guys. If you're not, make sure you follow us on anchor.com. That's where you'll get every episode every week once I get around to posting it.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everything is under Nonsensical Nonsense. And yes, we're on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you want to follow us there, feel free to. And if you want to reach out to us, you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to email us anytime at nonsensical nonsense podcast at gmail.com. Again, thank you guys for listening. Greatly appreciate it. To the chatters in the chat box, thank you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Joining. Jeff, it's been fun as always.
As always, sir. I'll see you on Wednesday. And I'll probably call you in about 3 hours.
Probably.
All right.
See you later, guys.
Bye.